fuck back in the car. And she's
God!
like, let me go,
Oh my
screaming and shit.
Yeah.
And we're up on our porch basically.
Yeah.
And then I went out and just fucking screamed at him. I was like, oi,
Oh,
leave her alone, cut all that shit. And then he was like, oh, don't get involved. I know where you live now. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Let me fuck with. And he's like, he's like, fuck off, like fucking yelling. I'm like, I'm gonna call the cops, you dickhead. He's like, don't be a snitch. Don't be a snitch. And I'm like, fuck you, you dickhead. And then Kirsty's trying to get the woman to come inside into our house away from him. And she's refusing. This car was driving past and had these two women in it, and they fucking stopped and then came down and started like helping as well. Like it was so full on.
Yeah.
And then the cops got there and he took off. Like he full started running on foot, leaving his car there on the highway and shit. And then the cops chased him. It was so cool, fam. I was like, we were just getting ready to go to bed too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna be up for this stream. And then tires screeched like instantly. And then that was the rest of my night. It was so cool.
Yeah.
wow.
He's like, you don't want to know if that it's made me go to the cops, mate.
I love everything about this.
Legit. I was just like, no, fuck this cunt.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh.
It's like,
oh.
don't go to the cops, mate. I'm gonna go to the cops, mate.
Yeah, just the way he was like,
Yeah.
he's like, don't get involved, don't be a snitch, I know where you live. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, are you fucking serious, you fucking idiot?
As if you can remember where I live.
Sensual tension.
Yeah, well, he reversed as well across the highway into like the wrong side of the road to like chase her down the side street, like in the car. It was so full on.
Yeah. It sounds it. How weird. The chat thing hasn't actually
Perfect.
turned on.
Perfect bloody time.
Like, you know, in OBS. OBS just was like, what chat? Like,
Wow.
I'd like the chat, please.
It's still going. It's still
There
going.
we
OBS
go.
is like, what's the chat with you?
Yeah,
There it is.
I've reloaded it. Excellente. Alright, we are ready to go live then.
Oh, here's another one.
And we are live. Oh god, I think I forgot to mute the microphone the entire time. Shit. Well,
Oh my god.
you guys have just heard about how Dave went to the cops, mate.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh well.
Well, nothing was terrible, so it was just
No.
it was a
Well,
cooked evening.
the guy's behavior was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like, we didn't give anyone's names or addresses or
No. But like, yeah, like I don't like even if he's like, because Kirsty was like, oh my god, what if he does come back and do something? It's like, well, fuck that. Like,
yeah,
you know, that's how women die. Like people not getting involved in shit like that. So
yeah, exactly. All right, sorry, I'm just taking my pills real quick. You taking yours yet, Dave?
I have actually.
Mm.
I've taken them. I've had coffee. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, as they say.
Blech. Sorry, like one of the pills that they put me on, I just every time I take the second one of it, it just suddenly tastes really bad. Anyway. Where were we up to? Okay, so we've been collecting bits and pieces for making.
Oh, yeah, that's
This.
right. We just got
We did the thing with the
fight, the boxing
the
fight,
boxing
right?
match. Yeah, that was
Did you?
that was cooked. Was it nice game hints? In English haunting. There we go. Just because it's kind of like, how long will it take for us to get past all of this? You know, we've been streaming this for quite a while.
That was a big game.
Yeah. Okay, we've done that. Done that. We did that. We did that, and we did that. This is the only thing, you know, with the... Yeah?
According to How Long to Beat, the game's over in 8.5 hours, and that's
Oh.
like main plus extra.
Jeez. So, well, you know, we've been... I think this is like our 5th stream of this, so...
Oh, so that's 10 hours.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we are also doing voice acting.
That's true.
We did the marbles. We did that. 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 We did that.
Oh my god, that means that me saying the C word a few times was on mic. Sorry about that. Oh shit, I just realised.
Whoopsie-daisy.
In my defense, I was direct quoting. It was a direct quote.
Yeah. It will be out of the YouTube video, so it will be as if it didn't exist.
Cool. Cool.
Oh, the Florence Cook, that's where we're up to.
Florence Cook. Oh wait, she's the ghost, who's not a ghost, and she's
Yes.
bullshit artist, is that right?
Yeah. She reckons she's for real.
But she's capping.
Well,
I can't believe I just said that.
It may be no capping. That's what we're looking for. Because you remember the guy that we're actually trying to get over here? He needs an address. Like that, we need to swap out an address.
Yeah.
Take one if you wish. Thank you. I didn't realize it was listed as furniture. Like, look at that. That's not even listed as a different hotspot from the rest of what's here. That could have been sugar cubes on top of a plate. So Mr. Crooks said you could consult his library, mate? Exactly. Actually, I need to clean it. These old books keep attracting dust. By the way, is Mr. Crooks still at home? Oh, the coachman hasn't come to pick him up yet, mate. Now, is it in here in the tray? It's for the coachman. It contains a card with the address where Mr. Crooks will give his speech. Don't lay a hand on it, if you please.
Oh,
I have
a card on it.
I have an open envelope here.
Ooh, let's do a little switcheroo.
I can be quick and swap the envelopes. The time is now. Done. I didn't touch nothing.
I think I heard a horse carriage. The coachman must be waiting at the door. Oh, Mr. Moore! I see you're still here. How do you find my little library?
Very interesting. I could spend all day pursuing each and every volume. But I must be off. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Moore. May we see each other again one of these days.
Sooner than you think. Good afternoon, Mr. Crooks.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moore. What the fuck did he mean by that? Now, where did I leave that envelope with the address of the British Confederation of Science? Fuck, that's a mouthful. Headquarters.
The British Confederation of Scientific Society's headquarters?
Yes, that's the one. Yes, on the tray.
Good afternoon.
This is not the headquarters of the British Confederation of Scientific Societies.
Are you Mr. William Crooks?
Indeed, yes. Do we know each other?
You may be my father.
Mr. Moore, what are you doing here? Florence?
It's a pleasure to see you again, William.
You behind the setup? You must have switched the envelope intended for my coachman. Am I correct, Mr. Moore?
Leave Mr. Moore alone, William. I don't know what methods he used to bring you here, but he was just fulfilling my wish.
I won't deny that I am pleased to see you again, though. But Katie King, the manifestations, all that is now behind me. It belongs to the past. Today, I want to get involved in such matters. I don't want to, actually. I am a respected scientist.
I wouldn't have required your presence if it weren't.
Yes, Mr. Moore has informed me of everything. I'm sorry about your illness, but that is not, oh my god! I'm very angry about this situation, but... let me look at you. Oh. You're still as beautiful as ever.
I'm not the young woman you once knew, Will. I'm old.
Nor am I that handsome gentleman.
Grey hair looks good on you, although your hair is white. My eyes find you even more attractive than back then. I'm into the silver fox look.
Yeah, gentlemen, miss. I must thank you for this unexpected gathering. It has made me feel 30 years younger.
Now give me a moment.
As long as I can get to spend more time with Miss Cook. Yes, behind the curtain.
Yes?
You know the drill. I'll do as she asks.
Come with me, William. I'll take you to heaven. I mean, I'll explain everything to you. This is frustrating. I thought Mr. Crooks would talk some sense into her. I hope my aunt doesn't have any problem. If anything happens to her, I will hold you responsible. Alright, let's go kill abroad. I hope everything goes well.
Oh my god, we're gonna kill abroad?
Well, we're extracting ectoplasm from her. And the niece is afraid that
Oh
this
dear,
will kill her.
yeah.
Alright, here's what we're going to do. Sergeant Hughes used to possess me when the ectoplasm was just formed. I'll try to contain the emanation and prevent it from taking its final form long enough for you to get a sample.
Love the clock sound here. So
Do you have a
uneasy.
container on you, Mr. Moore? Yes, here it is. As soon as you've taken the sample, I'll cut the connection. Are you all clear, Mr. Moore? Yes. Be quick. I don't want to give that bastard a chance to fulfill his threat. There's a lot of light in here. Do you need us to turn off the lights and close the curtains? Darkness, candles, all that paraphernalia was just for ambiance and to influence the gullible. I could summon the bastard in the middle of Trafalgar Square. He was a right bastard. Aunt Florence, you still have time. Please, this has gone too far. I'm aware of the danger and the decision is made. Whatever happens, I want you to know that I love you. As for you, William, if I live this, I regret all the harm I have caused you.
Never mattered to me, Florence. I managed to restore my reputation through scientific discoveries.
I'm not talking about that. I pushed you away when we could have had a nice life together.
We still have the time. Everything will be fine.
I will focus.
That's kind of rhymed.
Yes, I will let you know when I'm ready. Take your time. Oh. I don't want to disturb her, she's focused. Well, what's she doing? Mind is focused, Mr. Moore. Please do not disturb her. Mr. Crooks?
Yes?
Do you think this will work?
Do you have doubts?
If there's a medium with a bad reputation, it is Florence Cook. But she seems very convinced of it.
Florence never told me about Sergeant Hughes, but I was afraid when I asked about her first mediumistic experiences. We'll find out in a moment.
A raven?
Florence has always been accompanied by one. It is said that ravens anticipate the strange. When I investigated Florence, I asked her about it. She told me that the raven was her particular alarm. Now I understand. She was always on alert in case Sergeant Hughes reappeared, I guess.
Okay.
What's that? Speak up, buddy. It means the entity is about to manifest.
Cool. Okay, maybe I need to speak to Charlotte. Be quick about taking the sample, will you? I'll do that. There is no one hiding behind that screen if that's what you suspect, Mr. Moore. Sorry, professional habit. Mr. Moore, I'm ready. Remember, as soon as the ectoplasm materializes, I'll take a sample and you cut the connection. Exactly. Ectoplasm is just a reflection of the entity, a business card. But not the entity itself. It is only the announcement that his soul is about to enter our reality. If you are quick enough in taking the sample, I will have enough time to close all the doors to Sergeant Hughes. Shall we begin? At your convenience. Gideon Hughes, can you hear my voice? Gideon Hughes, I'm talking to yous. What's the matter, Gideon? Have you become shy over these years? You disappoint me, Gideon. You used to manifest yourself without being asked. What's the problem now, you shithead? I intimidate you, don't I? I know what's happening here. You had no problem scaring a poor girl. But now that I'm a woman, you're not so brave, are you?
She's provoking him to her affairs. Oh.
You wanted to kill me, remember? It was the last thing you said to a scared little girl. Go on, you coward. Keep your promise. Or are you a liar after all? You used to call yourself Sergeant Hughes. I don't think you were even an officer. You were probably just an ordinary private. Oh.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Oh. I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Florence was always right.
Stop being amazed. We need to act now.
Stop being amazed.
Okay, let's pick up this entire bot. Okay, I've got it. Florence, you can stop now. Florence. No, Aunt Florence. Cut the connection.
Oh dear.
Delicious.
Oh. It's all over now. Right?
Miss Cook? Aunt Florence? Are you well, Aunt Florence?
The Ravens. I've got a bad feeling about this. This is fucking not good.
Aunt Florence?
Oh shit!
Hello, Florence. Oh no! Miss me? I always keep my promises. No!
Oh fuck! Good lord! She's dead.
Oh my god, no. I mean, one would hope she'd be dead after that, because you didn't want to live if your neck goes at that angle. Are you happy now, Mr. Moe? I am sorry, Shut up! Listen to me, please. No! You're the one who has to listen to me! Because ever since you walked into this damn house, you've not listened to me! I begged you to give up your endeavor. And look what you've done. You've got your damn sample. Now get out of this house before I do something crazy like say the F word. This should not have ended like this. But your aunt... I said leave! Okay, so you're not interested in seeing me sometime. No!
Fuck no!
Aunt Florence. Good morning, Charters. Happy Invasion Day holiday.
Hello, Totus.
Alright, we'll pop over here and be like, here's the sample. I managed to speak with Florence Cook. Yes, and I've attained this. By all the branches of modern science. Is that what I think it is? Oh, you're going into work, that's a shame. A sample of ectoplasm indeed. I can't believe it. Florence Cook was not a fraud. And then he drops the jar. Hey, Patrick, do you realize what this means? We could offer world solid proof that the beyond exists. Well, that's what we're working on. Yeah, old Biddy. I think you are being overly optimistic, Beatrice. Look at the sample. It is nothing but a luminous amorphous gas. Skeptics will settle for any simple explanation. You're right. They need to see a ghost with their own eyes. And that's what we'll give them. But for now, I'm bursting with happiness. Oh, give it to me. I'll start assembling the sample in the box of revelations. So she gave us some gas and she died. Pretty much. Well, oh, she also did float in the air. We have a photographic plate and the ectoplasm sample. What about Professor Bennett's piece? I mean, he's fucking missing. I have been to the London Archaeological Society, but Professor Bennett is not there. His assistant could provide the key to the matter, but he is absent. Lost in absentia, if you know what I mean. Well, we should... Oh. Who the devil could that be? Who knows we are here? No one. I didn't go to the cops. You may come in, it is open. Good up. Oh, you go for him. Oh.
My name is Arthur Conan Doyle. You must be Professor Moore.
Oh. Conan Doyle, the writer?
I'm afraid so.
I'm a great admirer of you.
Admirer of me or Sherlock Holmes?
Should we suspend the search? I found the Utah episode more interesting than the detective investigation. I prefer your macabre tales like The Parasite or Lot, number 249. You should foster that genre more.
That was my wish, but the damned detective, a violin-playing drug addict, held me hostage for many years.
It was my father. I mean, what?
I've had such an overdose of Sherlock Holmes that I feel the same way about him as I do about the foie gras pate I overate some time ago.
Foie gras.
Yes, that's right. It gave me the shits. Just like Sherlock Holmes gives me the shits. Just hearing his name is enough to make me feel... Oh,
I hate to
sorry,
interrupt
lady.
this book club, gentlemen. But what the hell are you doing here, Mr. Doyle?
The reason for my visit is I saw a light from the street, and I hope to find Professor Nelson Ward here.
Do you know him?
I've always followed his investigations with interest, Professor Moore. We had a meeting with your colleague.
Who's we?
The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and I ended up funding the Box of Revelations.
Oh, you know
Now
about
I'm doing
the
that
box.
pronounced.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, yesterday we donated a large amount specifically to Professor Bennett's excavation in Peru.
Ah.
But our friend Nelson Ward insisted it should be deposited in the university's name. I don't know why.
Wait a moment. Do you mean that the money that belongs to the professor and not to the university?
Exactly.
The professor hasn't stolen anything, Beatrice. So it seems. I think this whole affair smelled fishy to me before, but now it smells even worse. Like rotten fishy.
I see that you're aware of the unfortunate incident with the professor, and that you're unaware of his whereabouts.
We know nothing. We came here in search of a clue that might shed light on where we could have found him. But we've had no luck.
I believe you. I see that despite the Professor's absence, the manufacturing of the Box of Revelations continues.
Don't touch it.
Are you working on it?
Yes, we've managed to obtain the ectoplasm sample and Eugene Wood's photographic plate.
Are you serious? That's fantastic news.
I suggest you lower your expectations, Mr. Doyle. I can assemble all the pieces and even modify part of the machine. But I fear it cannot be completed without Nelson's help. There are certain connections not stipulated in the blueprints, and frankly, I'm out of ideas. In fact, we have yet to find Professor Bennett, and we have him enlighten us on the missing piece. On the missing piece.
So, two obstacles stand in the way of showing the public the existence of the beyond. I believe you can resolve the issue with Professor Bennett. In fact, you've managed to obtain the remaining pieces, which was Professor Ward's main concern. So I trust in your abilities. As for finding Professor Ward,
What about you? Don't you solve mysteries in your novels? Seems you're good at it.
my dear, I've been writing my Sherlock Holmes stories knowing at all times what has happened. I am a writer, not a detective. But if I'm honest, I believe it's time to put my deductive skills into practice and complete my most successful creation in intelligence.
Yes, you will compete with him, yes.
I have contacts all over the city and some suspicion of what might have happened to your friend. They are just conjectures, but if I take the right approach, maybe. Yes, that's what I'll do. You, Professor Orr, try to locate Professor Bennett.
What do you think I've been doing all this time?
The great dame of Phantasmagoria, whom I deeply admire and who seems to have revealed herself as a great scientist, will continue working on the machine.
Oh. Sir Conan.
I am not knighted yet. As for me, I'll scour London in search of the missing professor. Is that all right with you?
Thank you for your help, Mr. Doyle.
You can call me Arthur. Well, Artie, we're a team now.
Can I call you an Artie? I mean, we're not quite there yet. Let's settle for something in between. How about Sir Arthur?
Well, if you wish.
I'll get going. I hope to bring good news. I mean, I don't have a hint about what we're doing. Tell me, Sir Arthur. What interest does the Golden Dawn have in the Box of Revelations?
We are very curious about the beyond, you see. Perhaps even more than the average person. Although our desire was not to share the information if the machine bore fruit.
Yeah. Knowledge is power, isn't it?
Yes, you're correct, Miss Shaw. But Professor Ward insists on it. He wants to share the results with the world. There's a dispute about this in the Order. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm with Ward.
We're hoping to ask it how to correctly pronounce relations. I'll return to the London Archaeology Society to see if this Oscar Koenig has returned. Good luck to both of you. See you shortly. What are you standing there for? I don't want to make out. Go look for Nelson. Okay, maybe a little bit of a make out.
You're quite the character. I like it. I'll be right back. One sec, sorry.
Yep. Knock, knock. Oscar Koenig. Please come in. The door is open. Mr. Koenig. Yes. My name is Patrick Moore, and Professor Moore, you are Professor Ward's colleague. I have been eager to meet you. I'm not from anywhere. May I ask you some questions? Of course. Where can I find Professor Bennett? I'm afraid he's out of London. Did Professor Ward come to see you? Yes, we had a conversation with him a couple of days ago. The discussion has been so fruitful that he became our benefactor. Out of London? Do you know when he will return? He should have been back by now. I've been so concerned about his absence that I was about to set out to look for him. What do you mean by benefactor? He will finance our excavation in Peru. According to my colleague's notes, Professor Bennett is involved with a... excuse me for not being precise in my description, but it seems to be a precious stone, a jewel. The Scarlet Stone, yes. As colleagues, didn't he inform you about it? There are too many things he didn't inform me about, so I hope you can enlighten me. A week ago, after thorough research, we published an article where we announced that we had located the whereabouts of the Scarlet Stone. Thank you for letting me have a drink. We admitted the details, of course. We didn't want that area swarming with treasure hunters benefiting from a discovery. Professor Ward read the article and came to propose an arrangement with us. What is the Scarlet Stone? It is an artifact. Its construction dates back to the dawn of time. We believed it was made by the Herbans. What arrangement? I'll be honest with you. We struggled to find funding for the excavations. Those closed-minded idiots think we're chasing fantasies. Maybe we are. They wouldn't even fund us, even for a train ticket to Birmingham. On the other hand, Professor Ward mentioned having a significant sum from a donation and offered to finance our excavation in Peru in exchange for using the Scarlet Stone in one of his experiments. I'm getting more French by the moment. We need that money, Professor. Memento's reputation has declined in recent years. We are outcasts within the Archaeological Guild. The deal seemed fair and beneficial to both parties. What does the artifact do? The Scarlet Stone generates continual voltage energy of its own without any external excipients. A potent and inexhaustible source of energy. Interesting. It is also the source of legends. What kind of legends? Nothing relevant. Fantasies and superstitions. It is said that its creators were frightened by what it could do. They decided to hide it so no human would misuse it. As I said, I intend to set out a search for Professor Bennett. I fear something may have happened to him. He might have found the artifact and had an unfortunate accident. Or perhaps he hasn't even found it yet. Although, if that were the case, he would have informed me by the telegram. The train leaves tonight bound for Iswell, Scotland. That is where the Scarlet Stone is located. Would you like to accompany me? Scotland? I would very much like to, as this concerns both of us. But I am having trouble obtaining the appropriate attire for such an endeavor, including the money. Don't worry about that. I see you are the same size as me. I can lend you clothes from my suitcase. What do you say? Will you join me? It would be a pleasure, though I need to inform my colleague Beatrice that I will be absent for a few days first. It sounds perfect. As the train departs from King's Cross at 10, I'll be waiting for you. Do you have money for a ticket? The Germans in Britain seem to share... Oh, I'm German, am I? Seem to share the same sense of punctuality. So let's honor that. I'm French-German. Yes. Oh, we're embarking. We will soon arrive in Scotland. Don't get too excited, Professor Moore. There are still several transfers to go and we'll have to rent a horse carriage. There is nothing in Israel. It is a desolate place. Desolate. This only remnant of civilization there is an old lighthouse, which I don't know if even still in operation. Let us hope Professor Bennett is safe and sound. What part of Germany are you from again? Yes, well, let's hope. You see, I was born in Germany, but then I grew up in France. And by finding that professor, we will find the Scarlet Stone. I sense you don't have much faith in this venture, am I right? Why do you say that? I can see it in your eyes. You have the same look as the skeptics I face every day in my work. I beg your pardon, but I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that we've embarked a search for an artifact of advanced technology manufactured when man still lived in caves. The humans populated the world before that time. You don't believe they existed, do you? I have my doubts. There is no historical evidence of it. And this coming from someone who firmly believes in the existence of ghosts. Let me explain to you what my job entails. Imagine that the world as we know it suffers from a cataclysm of such magnitude that our civilization is wiped from the map. Cities are buried, but only a small handful of people survive. All knowledge acquired before then would be lost, as subsequent generations would be more concerned with seeking shelter from the elements and essentially starting over. Follow me so far? Yes? Right. Let's fast forward tens of thousands of years. Humanity has survived to recover from that cataclysm, and the world has repopulated, giving rise to new civilizations. Would you like to play Civ -4? I've got it on the tabletop. Oh, some wonder about the ancestors. Who were they? How did they live? So they begin to establish archaeological sites, and based on what they find in these excavations, they conclude that humans emerged after a cataclysm we discussed earlier. There is nothing further back because they haven't found any archaeological remains suggesting otherwise. A logical thought, but not entirely accurate. However, not all knowledge was lost in that cataclysm. Thanks to oral tradition, fragments of that era survived and were reflected in scrolls or books. Several of them talk about, let's say, an artifact called the Voice of the Dead. Several archaeologists decide to search for it. It is impossible for it to exist, says the most conservative ones. It is a fantasy. The only things we found are sticks and stones, say the most skeptical ones. Have you dug deeper or explored certain enchanted latitudes? Asked the rebellious archaeologist. The response from the closed-minded group would be indifference or rejection. So the archaeologist starts digging on his own. And what does he find? A gramophone! A damn gramophone with the poor Johnny record. An object out of its time. An artifact that is impossible for humans whose greatest technological achievements was a spear to hunt animals and feed themselves. Yet, for the civilization that perished in that cataclysm, it was just an entertainment device that could be manufactured anywhere in the world. That is what the Starlit Stone is. It is not a magical stone or a fantasy. Perhaps for the Hereborns, it was the equivalent of a car engine to us. I understand what you are saying. By the way, you mentioned that its creators were frightened by what it could do. Yes, it is documented in Maores Nostri by Kelso de Rodas and in tempus quod numquam foot blah blah blah. Would you like my opinion? Sure, go ahead. Let's say one of our armies creates a projectile capable of wiping out an entire regiment. They decide to use it in a war, but this projectile is so powerful it destroys the entire city. If my faith in humanity coincides with that of the military, they would be frightened by what that artifact was capable of, and they would agree to never use it again. That could be what the Scarlet Stone represents. A source of energy that the humans couldn't control. This has been a very interesting conversation, Mr. Koenig. Call me Oscar. But today has been a very hectic day and my body cannot take anymore. Do you mind if I take a nap? Oh, don't worry about me. Rest if this rattling English ship train allows it. Thank you very much. Good night, Oscar. Good night, Professor Moore. Damn it! Stop tormenting yourself, Oscar. Stop! All my gear was in those trunks. Those incompetent station workers were just supposed to take a luggage to the hotel in Edinburgh. Maps, tools, clothes, flashlights, all lost. I know, but there is nothing we can do now. Do you see that sparkling thing? Maybe we can find something around here that will help us. Look around you. This is a desolate wasteland. There's nothing for miles, just rocks. Not to worry, we will get through this. Let us search for Professor Bennett before it gets dark. We'll have plenty of time to lament later. You're right. I apologize for letting you witness my frustrations. Let's get moving. Oscar, come here. Have you noticed these glints? They are not signals, if that is what you are asking. Look, the glints are very irregular. Maybe it's a small stream catching the last rays of the sun? You're sure about that? It is my belief. Let us not waste time here. Let's continue. Alright, let's go then. Professor, wait. I want you to have this. One copy of the topological map of the area was lost with the trunks. I borrowed this piece of map from the inn where we stayed. I'll mark the places where Professor Bennett might be. Alright, if we use this area as our starting point. Nearby is a Cromlech. Where is it? Yes, around. Yeah. It is an ancient druid stone circle where, according to our research, the Starlit Circle was venerated. It is said that the artifact will seek lies at its center. If the professor dug up there, he has probably achieved his goal. And if we see no signs of excavations, it means he never made it to Israel. Exactly. There is a lighthouse a few kilometers downstream. On our way here, we saw that it is still operational. That means there's a lookout. he may have seen Professor Bennett walking around the area. We should talk to him. Ready to go? Let's go. Curses. What's the matter? This is not the cromlech where the Scarlet Stone is supposed to be buried. You're sure about that? Eudemo's writings were precise. Each stone should bear a spiral stone, the protective symbol of the Order of the Eternal Wind. What is the Order of the Eternal Wind? The Scarlet Stone survived the cataclysm that ended its creators. It passed through various hands until it reached the Druid sect who called themselves that. They possessed great knowledge of the past eras. Many of the rituals came from the lost civilizations. When we studied the Scarlet Stone, they obtained it, they studied it and understood its power. They agreed to hide it to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. The trail of the artifact we seek ends there with the Order of the Eternal Wind. Could the others have obtained the Scarlet Stone after this sect? No. Why not? Because impossible. How can you be so sure? Because we have done our job. There is no record of it being anywhere else. Don't be impertinent with your questions, and believe me when I tell you I'm sure of it. Alright, I apologize. It seems the professor was here after all. He has excavated the area, there is no doubt about it. But he must not have found anything. This is frustrating. Does that mean that the Scarlet Stone is not in Israel? It is in Israel, verdammt not mal. Why on earth shouldn't it be? I won't abide your pessimism, Professor. Alright, Oscar, don't be so upset. We spent years investigating its whereabouts. We couldn't have made any mistakes. Calm down, will you? Do not tell me to calm down! What do we do now? I don't know! Listen to me, Oscar. Try to relax. Your attitude won't help us at all. I apologize for not possessing the famous British phlegm. I was just asking you to try to calm down. I'm sorry. Je désolé. Without Professor Bennett, I'm lost. I won't find the artifact without him, and without the artifact, your colleague won't fund our excavation in Peru. Regarding that, I'm sorry I haven't been honest with you, but the Professor Ward is missing. What do you mean? There was a minor incident and he decided to go into hiding. I have no idea where he might be. But will he come back? I don't know. I assumed there will be news of him sooner or later, but... Damn it. Why didn't you mention this before we set off? I really don't know. I want that artifact as much as you do, so I decided to join you on this quest. But don't worry, I'm a professor at a very important university, sometimes. I could pull strings that connect you to patrons willing to fund you if this venture succeeds. That better be true, Professor Moore. Otherwise, I will consider you a hindrance. I find it frustrating that my colleague, upon finding nothing here. Maybe we could dig deeper, perhaps. Didn't you hear before what I said? This is not the cromlech we are looking. I see something sticking out of the ground. Oh. What have you found? A mirror. Could this be an object out of its time? Don't check around. It belongs to Professor Bonnett. Why would an archaeologist need a mirror? It reflects sunshine to reflect directly into the hole being excavated. An additional light source along the lamps on the lanterns. There's nothing here. You mentioned that each menhir should bear a spiral rune carved into it. Yes. Could it be that the elements have eroded those runes until they vanished? No. Throughout Europe, remnants of the settlement of the Order of the Eternal Wind can be found. Each star-carved rune has been discovered in Spain, France, and in my homeland. Several of them are much older than this cromlech. So in response to your query, no, it is impossible for the elements to completely erase those runes. Alright, mate. Alright, calm down. Let us go to the lighthouse. What the devil? Get out of here! From the lighthouse? From Israel? A dog! Can I pet the dog? No. I can just look at him. We don't need a rope, Mr. Moore. Not that we know of yet. Well, we'll know where to find one if we need it. I don't understand your habit with keeping every object you come across. Alright. Excuse me, but why should we leave Israel? Oh god, because we're in Scotland. This place is no for you. Damn it, I shouldn't be here myself. And why don't you leave this place? This coast is treacherous. Oh no, I'm going French. Shit. They've claimed the lives of hundreds of oh god, I can't even hold it. Nah. That was before they built the lighthouse, and someone has taken care of it. Although you won't see me venturing into those moors, no sir. Israel is full of dangers, did you know? Oh, go bang. All of a sudden, one went bang. It just went bang. What kind of dangers are in Israel? The cliffs. You have to be careful if you don't want to plunge off them. Off them even. You'd be surprised at the human remains that could be found amongst the rocks. And the wind. It seems heartless, right? But this wind is relentless. It could drive even the sanest person mad. No, don't call fool. He shouldn't see this. And I won't even mention them damn mushrooms from hell. Yes. Nah. Forget it and get out of Israel. Mushrooms? Those purple things up of the ground. You have to be careful not to step on them. And they're everywhere. What are you doing with those stones? I crush them to gravel. And what do you do with them? I spread them along the path to my home. To the door to my home. Yeah, you know. That stranger probably caught their attention. I want to be alert in case they approach while asleep. If they step on the gravel, I'll hear them coming. They? Who are they? Those who play the trumpets. I heard them once. It's been centuries since anyone heard them. What trumpets? The ones of the apocalypse. Professor Moore, come here. This man is delusional. He's not the first lookout to lose his... I've gone Russian now, what the heck? The solitude demands the natural elements. I had more to ask you. Sorry to disturb you. Still hanging around here? Can you tell me about them? I think I've said enough. Get out of here. You need worry of the dangers you're in. Tell me of the stranger you've seen around here. Could he be an archaeologist? We are looking for him. There was a strange fella, carrying strange instruments. I suppose he was an archaeologist by the way he was dressed. Did you talk to him? Nah, he didn't come round here, and I didn't go near him either. He used to sleep in one of them caves off the Notting Cliff. He lit a fire in it by night. Oh, and that catches the eye. Maybe that's why the trumpet sounded for the first time in years. Where is that cave? To the north. There are cliffs. The cliff is on a ledge. Cool. Have fun. Can we enter the lighthouse? From above, we'll have a full view of the terrain. You know, authorized to enter the lighthouse. Only I am. But we could. I said I'm only authorized to get in the lighthouse. Is that clear? What is the dog's name? Doug? Oh, you mean that scrawny wee rat? It doesn't have a name. How do you call it then? Well, a whistle. Looks like a quiet dog. Too quiet. It's if it came out of them taxidermist warehouse. And tap on that, it's a coward. It's scared of its own reflection in the water. And when it happens, you have to calm it down so it don't have a heart attack. Some companion. Thank you for your time. You should listen to me. Get out of Iswell. Alright. To the cliffs. Oh, this is pretty. Wait here. Professor? Professor Bennett? Professor? Damn it! He's not here. Nothing? He's not here. The lookout said the professor spent several nights in the cave. Are there any signs of his belongings? I don't know, it's very dark and I couldn't see anything. I should go in as well. Go ahead if you wish, but as I mentioned, you won't see anything. Ah, but we have our mirror. Too far away. Well, we have the mirror for that very reason. I mean, it's too far away. Okay, maybe I have to do it like this. I could use the mirror to direct the light into the cave, but the lighthouse intervals are so fast I would barely have any time to see anything. But you'd be able to see stuff for every second frame, right? What, am I going to ask him to keep it not going round and round? Sorry to disturb you. Nope, got nothing else. Alright, we're off to okay. Look up at the sky. What? Did I see something? But yeah, apparently Doggo is afraid of reflection. Do you want to see yourself in the mirror, doggy? What's the hell wrong with you? Don't you want to calm down? There is a small pile of stones on the table. It's brimming with gravel. What? What am I supposed to do with this? Oh, I see. Okay. We've got to get the mushrooms. Have you come down? That's the way I like it. Okay. No. Oscar, you were in the way. No, nothing at all. So, I missed that there are some purple mushrooms here. Be cautious with that mushroom. It's an Amanita involutus. If crushed, it will release spores that could render you unconscious for quite a while. I'll be careful. Yep, I came straight back here. Well, Dave has been gone for a while. Let's do the same thing again. Spook the doggy. Man goes over here to calm it down. And then I put the mushroom in the rocks. Hallelujah! Tell you to relax, will you? Accursed mutt. Oh, what the? Are you alright? Yes. I think I need to sit down. Yeah, he's gone. I'm not very proud of what I've done, although he's just sleeping. I'll borrow the mallet. He's dead now. There is a diary on the table. It doesn't reveal more than what we've gleaned from the lighthouse keeper, although there are several notes regarding them. However, it doesn't specify who they are. This must be his wife, or his daughter. She's a looker. I recognize the coast of Israel in this old photograph. Ooh, a control panel. This lever seems to control the direction of the levers of the beam. North. The levers are okay. Move it to the north, please. Beautiful. I hope no one gets destroyed during this venture. They will. There's a trapdoor with a padlock preventing access to the upper floor. Well, a trapdoor up there with a padlock, it would be absolutely annoying. Being up on a ladder and having to, do a... There we go. Undo a padlock while being on a ladder. No. No. Oscar? Yes? Stand against that wall. This one? Yes. Is this okay? What's your intentions? Oh, this mirror? Oh, I see what you have in mind. Raise it slightly and aim it towards the interior of the cave. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. The lookout was right. There are remnants of a fire here. What else do you see? A bag. Alright, check it. It might contain his dolly. That will help us track his movements. Oh, did you find it? There was only a telescope. Nothing else? No, just that. Can I lower the mirror? My arms are starting to get tired. Of course, there's nothing more to see here. How strange. It's as if the earth swallowed him up. Where are you, Professor Bennett? I'm running out of ideas, Professor Moore.
I'm back. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
that's alright. Was it the cops? Did the cops come and get you?
Yes, actually. I've got to do a statement later.
Aye.
All
So
good.
yeah, so we've cut. Okay, you've missed quite a bit actually. So let me catch up. We finally found the Professor Bennett, the archaeologist guy, his assistant, a German man that I've been voicing with the French accent for some reason, called Oscar.
Nice. Very nice.
And what's it called? Oscar has brought us to Scotland with him because they were looking for the Scarlet Stone, which was apparently going to be the power supply for this. And what's it called? they promised, what's it called? What's his name? Professor Ward promised that they would fund their expedition in Peru for that.
Yeah, right.
We've come here. Professor Bennett's nowhere to be found. We've found evidence of him digging holes, but we've not found him. We went to his cave where he apparently... Oh yeah, I killed the lighthouse keeper and did a Scottish accent.
Oh my god.
We're in Scotland. But you know, so we went into...
Of course there's a lighthouse.
Yeah. There's always a lighthouse, you know what I mean. Oh, hydration,
I do.
everybody.
Oop, thank you, Diddy.
So we've just been to the cave where the professor was sleeping at night. And we scared a dog.
We scared a dog.
Yeah. We showed him his own reflection
That's-
so he'd start barking.
Horrible. We're bastards.
We are bastards, and I know exactly what we have to do now. So when we first arrived, unfortunately all of our equipment has been lost during the journey. You see this little glint here? And Oscar was like, oh, no.
In the
it's
mountains there, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably nothing. Now we've got a telescope. Oh. What do you see? A camp with a single tent. Could it be Professor Bennett's? Let me see. No, it is not a... I can confirm it is the typical camp of a archaeologist.
How do you know what his tent looks like?
I'm his assistant. Shall we investigate the
Okay.
camp? It is not an archaeological site. At least not for conventional archaeologists. I'm intrigued by others excavating here. Do you think they're also after the Scarlet Stone? We were cautious not to reveal the specific location in our article. We are very careful about that. Let us go speak with these folks. They may have had contact with the professor recently. He may even be there with them. That would be good news. Ready for a hike, Professor Moore? Let's go.
Dong.
He's seen him pitch his tent before. Whew. Oh, no one here either. Oh, that's what the glint is. It's the... litters. Excuse me? Parasites who feed off the work of others. They probably followed the Professor Bennett's movements and stole the Scarlet Stone. If that's the case, where is the Professor? Where are they? They meant to be getting rid of him what now? I beg your pardon, but aren't you being a bit paranoid? You don't even know this profession. These looters are ruthless. They may simply be archaeologists, just like you. Look at this box. It has a huge lock. What archaeologist so jealously guards a simple box? I bet the Scarlet Stone is inside. Or his work tools. We must be alert. These people are dangerous. There are a couple of books on Scottish sites. There's also an old lamp that would have been useful to light up the cave. If only we still needed it to be lit. I only see a sleeping bag. There's just the one. If I were you, I wouldn't trust it. They usually don't work alone. It's still smoldering. That can't be fair. I could use a sleeping bag. There's just the one. Yes. A thick chain and lock prevents the box from being opened. I have a feeling about this. The Scarlet Stone is in there. I don't understand why you would believe that. I recall you saying that no one knows the artifact's location. You were careful not to give any clues in the article you wrote, right? Well, indeed. I do not know what could have happened, but these looters know. Wow. Oh yes, I have a hammer that I stole from the lighthouse keeper.
Ooh, yeah, that'll get us in there.
That's it, break the lock. Hey. Oh, this could be you.
What the hell are you two doing?
What is that box control?
Excavation material.
If that is the case, why keep it under lock and key?
So people like you won't steal it from me. Who are you?
Who are you?
Well, my name's John Price. Want some rye? Course you do.
Please excuse my companion, he can be a bit impulsive.
Just a bit?
My name is Patrick Muir, and this is the gentleman Oscar Koenig. Excuse his French accent. We are looking for Professor Silas Bennett.
Oscar Koenig? You're Professor Bennett's assistant.
Do you know him? Do you know where he is? This feels fishy, Mr. Moore. What have you done with him, Price?
Me? Nothing. We collaborated in the search for the Scarlet Stone.
Collaborated? Mr. Moore, don't believe a word this man says. The professor would not have collaborated with a looter.
I'm no looter. Please calm down, Mr. Koenig. I met your mentor here in Airswell. His search for the artifact was fruitless. He wasn't digging in the right place. I have precise data on where the Scarlet Stone might be, and he agreed to share the discovery with me. That's all.
How do you know the Scarlet Stone is in Israel?
Well, no matter how hard you tried to conceal it in the article, the references were very obvious.
Shit.
The professor admitted that an expert reading that article could have located the place with no problem. As it was in my case.
Where is the professor?
Your friend believed the artifact was buried in Cromlech on the coast. That's cause he had read the Marleys and her chronicles. The text does not mention Airswell, but rather a hidden Cromlech in the Black Forest. When I finally read your article, I could pinpoint the exact location. And that's why I'm here.
Is the professor in that Cromlech?
He set off yesterday to locate it. I told him to wait, but he wouldn't listen. Come with me.
Yes.
Now you see that there mountain? On its slope, what lies Marley is called the Black Forest. When the Order of the Eternal Wind was persecuted by the Presbyterian Church, they decided to hide in that place. They erased all traces of themselves, hence the coast of Cromlech doesn't show their characteristic runes. According to the chronicles, they erected a new Cromlech to hide the artifacts and dedicate their lives to its protection. The professor and I decided to locate that Cromlech, but the Black Forest is a labyrinth place. These days, there's a lot of fog there. I told him to wait a few days till it cleared, but he just ignored me. He told me to go fuck myself.
Did he go there alone to fuck himself?
Yeah, yesterday. He hasn't returned since. I fear something might have happened to him.
And you haven't gone to look for him?
That's my intention. But as I mentioned, the fog condensation in that place is high. I'd practically be going blind, just like Professor Bennett is.
I think we should go look for him. What do you think, Oscar? Oscar didn't say nothing, but you know.
Haven't you been listening? Unless that fog clears, your search will be in vain. Why not wait till tomorrow? The fog's slowly dissipating. Perhaps after tonight, the weather will be more suitable to go searching for the professor.
We cannot wait that long. He's been lost there for a day, probably disorientated and showing signs of hypothermia. I will go hit him with my body.
I don't know what else to say to dissuade you from venturing into that there forest. Do as you wish. I'll stay here. May have to rescue you tomorrow as well. And, be very careful there, buddy. Yesterday afternoon I heard, I don't know how to explain this. Y'all think I'm crazy.
What did you hear?
You know, it happened a few hours after the professor ventured into the forest. Now I can say it was a sound produced by the elements. You know, the wind. But no, my workplace is nature. There's no sound in it that resembles what the hell I heard.
Maybe it was the Wilhelm scream.
And until you appeared, there was no human in Airswell apart from that grumpy lookout.
It is a picturesque spot. Do not understand why it is so empty.
Yeah, I forget it. Maybe my concern for Professor Bennett played tricks on my mind.
I do not think this man is in his right mind. Or maybe it is difficult for him to understand what he heard without us thinking he is crazy as you are doing. Do you trust this man? He has given us no reason not to. He has been cooperative, his account is solid, and he seems concerned for our friend the professor who I've never met. Don't be so naive, Mr. Moore. Are you sure you don't want to come with us to the Black Forest?
That'd be reckless of me there. And to you too. Take care, will you?
We will do so. Alright. Into the Black Forest. Doesn't look that black to me. Oh, we have got an achievement for entering the Black Forest.
Ooh.
Okay, we'll just keep following the left wall.
This is giving Quest for Glory 1 Spielberg Forest.
Oh no, we have been turned around. Shit. We've lost our way, haven't we? So it seems. The fog is getting thicker. I'm just gonna keep picking this direction. Where are you going? Until we hit a dead end, we'll keep going this way and then we'll head back. Ooh! Swirly stone.
Ooh.
I think... Oscar? Oh shit. I'm
Oh
alone.
shit.
Oscar! Damn it. A spiral. Oscar mentioned that the Order of the Eternal Wind used this symbol. I suppose the cromlech we are looking for is not far off. Keep going this way. Oh, hello. More rocks with spirals. I think I'm getting closer to the cromlech. Oh, someone's got a horn on.
I was gonna say, is that a ship?
What? Oh shit!
Sounds
The lighthouse is still pointing to the north. Well, if it is a ship, they're going to fucking die, and it will all be my fault. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Professor Bennett, what happened?
Run! Run away from here!
I've come to rescue you, and that's what I'm going to do.
I'm already dead! Price! John Price!
Yes?
He betrayed me, left me at the mercy of them. Don't let.
Oh no. Someone is coming. Hide in a hole. Oh. Is dead, my lord?
Don't matter. We knew we couldn't have stolen the key of the stars. We must find his accomplices.
The old man from the lighthouse knew something?
Make him talk, brother.
Aye, my lord.
Brothers, we've been all trusting the task entrusted to us centuries ago. We underestimated the pagans, but didn't worry. Take care of the stars will be returned to our homes, and those who've stolen it will pay the most painful of deaths. Search every corner of the forest. Scour the coast. Find what's belonged to us and shed the blood of the looters. Go, brothers. Show no mercy.
I had to find the P.
Oh, we had to find the P. We need to add bigger stuff. Oh, I'll make it bigger. Damn it. I must find Oscar and get out of this place. Oh yes, I will add biggie stuff to it. Yes, that makes sense. None of this is worth finding that cursed artifact. I guess I can head out anyway. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
The fog here is less dense. I must be near the forest exit. Oscar? Oh. Oscar! Oh no! Ugh! I'm running! Jesus. Yes, I recognize his path. It is the way out of the forest. Oh no! I'm a gentleman.
Walk fast at him, lads.
I'm a gentleman. I don't run. Alright, I'm gonna see what was in this box after all this time. You deceitful scoundrel! The Scarlet Stone has been here all this time. You turd whistle.
Oscar said it. Oscar said it.
He did. I'm dead. I have to get out of this cursed place.
Not so fast, Mr. Moore. Please leave that where you found it.
Have you noticed how dark it suddenly has gotten? I think you owe me more than an explanation, Mr. Price. The French-German man is gone.
What did you expect me to say? I'm surprised to see you alive.
Yes, you sent us to the Black Forest knowing that the Order of the Eternal Wind was there. You wanted to get rid of us.
And I was about to leave this place when you guys showed up. It's a competitive business, Mr. Mole. Yeah, I didn't want to leave any loose ends.
What did you do to Professor Bunnett? His last words were an accusation against you. He said you betrayed him.
Well, now, we unearthed the Scarlet Stone from the Cronlech in the forest. At that moment, the Order of the Eternal Wind appeared to hunt us down. I wanted to buy some time. So I snatched the artifact and smashed the old man's legs to delay our pursuers. That way, I managed to escape unscathed from that hellish place. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Moore. And let me tell you that no, I feel no remorse. I'm an asshole. There's an esoteric order that I will pay enough for that artifact to clear my conscience. Now, excuse me for not telling you their name.
I'm guessing it's the Golden Dawn.
You've been... Probably, but you have been so lucky in escaping those descendants of the Druids that perhaps fortune will continue to smile on you, and, well, they'll let you escape from me as well. Although I very much doubt that will happen.
Oscar was right. You are nothing but a looter.
Oh yes, your partner.
He's dead.
Well, that was the idea.
You're insane.
No, just a businessman.
I'm going to meet the same fate as the Professor, aren't I?
I got no choice, Mr. Moore. Y'all know too much. I can't risk you compromising me.
I won't make it easy for you, you know?
Oh, now, come on. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're nothing but a flimsy bookworm. The fencing and boxing you practice as a student won't save you from me. I've been in a few wars and a mercenary before getting into this lucrative business. Do me a favor and hand over the artifacts. Come on there, good buddy. It'll be a dignified death, not the humiliating one you seem determined to have.
The artifact doesn't belong to you. It belongs in a museum and in the Box of Revelations. You obtained it by getting blood on your hands.
Yeah, you're right. But the ends justifies the means. Give it to me. Let's end this once and for all.
Oh, it's raining.
Give me the damned artifact.
You'll have to pry it from my... Oh.
Do not resist, Mr. Moore. They say that's futile. It'll be more painful if you resist.
Do you want the artifact?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm choking you.
I have something else for you, you damned maniac.
Yeah, Macquarie, you're back already, are you? And then?
Nothing to... We've scoured the entire coast and the places pointed out by Mr. Moore. There ain't no trace of a camp, nor did we find a thing in that cave. But...
Okay, let's recap, Mr. Moore. According to your story, you killed a man named Price, eh?
In self-defense, yes.
All that after escaping from a druid cult thought to be extinct. I'm American now. This cult allegedly murdered an archaeologist and his assistant.
I know how it sounds, but...
And the leader of this here cult wore a deer skull upon his shoulders.
I didn't mention that bit, so... I mean, you don't believe me, do you? Would I be incriminating myself in a crime for sheer pleasure? I'm telling you the truth. You can ask the lighthouse keeper. We talked to him. He is aware of the cult. He calls them. That's what he called them.
The old Brody? He's not a very reliable witness, if you ask me.
He once called us because he found a mermaid on the coast. When we got to the lighthouse, there was no sign of it. He said it returned to the sea.
The loneliness and lack of contact make civilization, makes him seek attention that way, you see. Any other witnesses to your story besides the solitary old madman, Mr. Moore?
What about the cromlech in the forest? Have you been there?
Listen carefully, Mr. Moore. As far as I'm concerned, you have two options. The first benefits us both. If he indeed killed this Price, well done. Macquarie and the lads found no evidence. So there's no case. Just to go back to London and enjoy your perfect crime. The second option is not in your favor. Because I think you're not but a fanciful tourist wasting our time. Now a bit more Scottish this way through.
Mm-hmm.
I get Scottish when I'm angry. I've just mobilised all my forces for naught. I believe you're mocking the Scottish police. And that, my friend, can lend you a nice stint behind bars. So I'd be kind to give you the choice to take your train to head back to England. If I see you in it again, I'll lock you up to rot.
Understood.
How does that sound?
Listen, sir.
I don't want to hear another word from you. Macquarie, accompany Mr. Moore to the exit.
It won't be necessary. Know that you are making a mistake. Know that I know.
Oh, just get out of here already, damn it, you wee bastard. Bloody English. Murdering Colton Eriswell. And he said it with full conviction.
Forget it, Sergeant. That fella also likely believes in ghosts. Oh. Hello? No one seems to be here. Beta race. Oh, and it's quite dark. Let me flip the switch. The box of revelations is nearly complete. I should assemble. Oh, there you are, Petra. Oh. Who's the third gentleman?
Oh, it's been a delightful evening.
Your success is to be celebrated, Sir Arthur.
How did you find Benetoli's specialty?
Excellent. Although I believe he may have been a bit heavy-handed with the pepper.
Yes, well, I shall convey your feedback to Bertolini. Ah, I'm full. Where I've only been, they served only soup, and I suspect it was made with mop water.
Professor? Patrick, you've returned. Is this Professor Ward, finally?
Oh, Patrick, it's a pleasure to see you. Did you find the artifact?
What? You've returned? You found the artifact? Is that the extent of your greeting? Damn it! I was worried about you. Where on earth have you been?
Ah, yes, that. Well, it's a long story and involves.
For God's sakes, are you going to share it?
If you insist. However, I believe Mr. Conan Doyle might do a better job at storytelling than I. He has a knack for it. Do you know he writes stories?
No, I had no idea. He's the author of Sherlock Bloody Holmes, you git.
Sherlock who? If I may, Professor. What? I believe Mr. Moore deserves to know where your whereabouts during this time. Ah, yes. He's quite an inquisitive young man. As you may recall, I took it upon myself to investigate the Professor's whereabouts while you were off in Scotland. Allow me to recount the events.
Ooh.
Once upon a time, it seemed like the earth had swallowed up our friend. All I knew for certain was that his disappearance was connected to the money my order provided for the machine's construction. So the logical thing to do, to get to the root of the problem, by starting from the beginning. I knew who to talk to and where to go. I couldn't get lost. I think I'm lost. Locked. Too late for classes to be open. I'm not thirsty. Pharmacology.
Okay, where was the other one that we were at?
Biology. I need to find the dean first about the money Professor Ward misappropriated. I sense the key. That is the key to this whole affair. This is going to make quite the good damn book. Yes, well, yes. Locked. Too late for classes. I told you I'm not thirsty.
You won't take either exit. Nice game, Hinz.
Can you take the other door?
No, because it just says exit over it. I can't actually click on it.
It just says exit over it. Well, that's fucked, isn't it?
Oh. Speak to a student, maybe.
Oh, excuse me, lad. Can you tell me where to find the dean?
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not going to give that information to a stranger.
Well, I'm not exactly a stranger. For it is I, Arthur Conan Doyle, the author.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
What is your name?
I don't know, but if you're Arthur Conan Doyle, I must be Oscar Wilde.
Pleasure, Mr. Wilde, you little bitch. Oh dear. Locked. Excuse me, lad, can you tell me where to find the dean?
That's what I want to know. I'm looking for him because I have to argue. One moment. Why am I telling you this?
Excuse me, lad, do you know where to find the you motherfucker. Hey, do you know where to find the dean?
Do you think I'm his secretary?
What an asshole.
Any more, young man?
Oi,
Yes?
Can you tell me where to find the Dean?
Yes, of course. He should be in the common room right now. Go to the end of this hallway and... Oh, look! Here he comes!
Well, thank you very much, young man.
Pleasure, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I think that was also you.
Oh, Dean Henry Delighted. Yes, whatever. My name is... Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, I know who you are. I attended one of your lectures last September. Mediums, contact with the beyond, all that bullshit. Very interesting evening. Ah, so you're a believer. Of course. I've even written some books on the subject. Fascinating. What brings you to the university, Mr. Conan Doyle? Well, I'm trying to solve a mystery. It's about our mutual friend, Nelson Ward. I know it is common knowledge that the professor has done, but I'm afraid that information I must keep to myself at the express wish of the rector. I'm afraid you should share the information since I'm part of this whole affair. What do you mean? That money the Professor Ward supposedly misappropriated belongs to me. Dun dun dun. Well, more precisely, it belongs to my order, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. But it was an anonymous donation. Exactly. My order is characterized, among other things, by discretion. And I would even go further to say that the money was intended solely and exclusively for the Professor Ward's personal use. However, he insisted that the amount only be deposited into the university's account. He only wanted a portion of it to be allocated to his metaphysical research department.
Man, why couldn't you have done 2 checks?
As far as well, I have every right to know the details of this matter. As for the professor, well, it was his money. No one can accuse him of stealing anything. If that's the case, I suppose you're right. Well then, may I ask you a few questions?
You already are.
Yes, of course. Did Professor Ward have any enemies? Not aware of any. He may have had some disagreements with other members of the university staff, like the rector. But that does not make them his enemies. Shall we rule out the rector then? Yes, please. I shouldn't have mentioned him at all. The rector is no adversary in this sorry game. Has the alleged theft been reported to the authorities? No. What is the reason for that? I don't want a scandal over this issue. Unfortunately, word has already spread. But if we get final reports, I'll bet anything the newspapers would have picked it up. And that would be a disgrace for this university. A professor stealing money from donations? Preposterous. As I said, it would be a scandal. Didn't the professor have any debts? Debts? Like what debts? I'm thinking that money could have been used to pay off a debt. His disappearance could be linked to this fact. Suppose he made deals he shouldn't have. Maybe his creditor collected more than just the money owed. Do you understand what I am saying? Ah, yes. Nelson was a very austere person. He made a good living as a professor at this university. If he had any debts, he could pay it off with his own money. So, the professor was a very austere person. Very austere. He hardly valued money. So it surprises me greatly that he committed this crime. Yes, well, I remind you that the money belonged to the professor. Yes, you already mentioned that. In any case, I was telling you how little importance he gave to money. Must be nice. For example, he could live in any neighborhood in the city. His financial situation allowed it.
And yet he lived in a hovel.
But he chose to rent out a humble room at number 14 Dorset Street in the West End. He's a person who's never needed luxuries. Interesting.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
Do you have any idea where the professor might be? I wish I did. Nelson's my friend, Sir Arthur. What I want most in the world right now is for him to reappear and clarify the whole matter.
And then he pops out from behind the thing saying, "Oh, is that what you want? I'm here."
Especially as the rumors are beginning to spread that are not to my liking.
Ooh, rumors.
What kind of rumors? It's said that he used the money to run away with the medium Beatrice Shaw and start a new life together. Beatrice Shaw is my childhood friend. Or his childhood friend, rather. She's also looking for him, by the way. If you say so. Miss Shaw doesn't have a good reputation. She's a fake medium.
But a real scientist.
She deceived people with her supposed contact with the dead. Believe me when I tell you, Miss Shaw has nothing to do with Professor Ward's disappearance.
She wouldn't lie to me when we shagged.
I would stake my life on it. I don't know. She may have had an ace up her sleeve. I believe that's all the questions I have for you, Dean Carter. It has been a pleasure conversing with you, even if it's such an unpleasant matter. The pleasure is mine, sir. Good night. Arthur Conan Doyle, away! The conversation with Dean Henrik Carter was quite fruitful. Among other things, it reminded me of a logical place to continue investigating. His residence on Dorset Street. I knew, Mr. Moore, that you had already searched your mentor's room. Done. Da-da-da-da. But as it goes saying, 4 eyes see more than 2. I've always said that. I also found it striking that Professor Ward's alleged theft of the money had not been reported to avoid a scandal.
Oh. Did he squirt?
Yes. Oh, well.
Yep. What?
God, this notebook is awesome.
Yes. That's a new.
Imagine my surprise. Oh, I take no offense, but there's a better chance of success relying on them and only a university professor, a medium, and a writer. Yes, imagine my surprise when I saw this on sale for 2p. Anyway, look, I had a good relationship with Scotland Yard, so it seemed like a good place to continue my investigation with my awesome new notebook that I just bought.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, we've got options now. Let's head to Dorset Street. Oh. A shilling for this poor tramp.
Oh. Sorry, I don't have any loose change. Only bills.
Well, that ain't much better. Who the hell is calling it this ungodly hour? People living, damn it. And I'm paid to keep things quiet.
Sorry to disturb you at these hours, ma'am. Let me introduce myself. I am Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the writer.
Sir, ain't that fancy? You want room, Sir Arthur? It ain't no Savoy, but it'll keep you from freezing your arse off on this lousy, lonely night.
I appreciate it, but I'm not looking for accommodation.
How about a shag? I could do you... Oh.
I just want to ask you some questions.
Questions.
Could you spare a couple of minutes?
Would have preferred you took the damn room, but fine. Shoot.
I'm trying to locate one of your tenants. Professor Nelson Ward.
Still ain't turned up.
I'm afraid so. Can I search his room?
Been done ready. This morning. By some fancy lad.
Mr. Patrick Moore. I work with him.
Really?
You could say we're super best friends.
They're
Yes.
telling me he owes me for a lap.
Sure, yes, I would tell him. But as for my question,
What question?
can I search Professor Ward's room? Perhaps I can find something my colleague overlooked.
No, impossible. All the tenants are asleep. If they ain't already been woken up by your damn knocking.
I will not disturb them. I'll be as quiet as if I were in the London Library, for it is I, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Nah, come back tomorrow.
It is a matter of great importance, ma'am.
Important as my tenant's sleep? I've told you as much. Come back tomorrow.
Did Professor Ward receive any visitors?
None in all his years here.
Did you see him interact with anyone lately?
In what way? With woman?
Or with a man?
With a man? Ain't that indecent?
What? No, you don't understand. No. I meant as if you saw him with suspicious company.
Until this morning when his pal came, figured he was a loner. Now you're telling me he's shagging men. Ugh.
How long since you last saw him?
Last night heard him go downstairs. I was in bed, but his footsteps were unmistakable. Went out the street, ain't seen him since.
So you were the last person to see him. Suspicious.
Ain't seen him, heard him. But if anyone's seen him that night, it was Rupert.
Who?
Bigger to your, well, to your right, actually. No, wait, to your left, sorry. Always there, day and night. I know, he does put the pressure, he does it to put the pressure on me. He used to be my husband. Pressures me to let him sleep here, you know. But he doesn't want to just sleep in a bed at night. He wants to. But that, you know, that is a business. Me Rupert. A business. I have voices.
So Rupert might be the last person to see Professor Ward.
Exactly. Until he passes out drunk, or, you know. Unless he was, you know, or both, or everything. I don't know anymore. Listening, you old lag. Any more questions, Sir Arthur?
No, I think that's all. Thank you very much for answering my questions. Your responses have been very helpful to me,
Yeah.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle,
You
the
sure-
writer.
You sure you ain't got any more questions, mate?
Not at the moment, thank you.
Good. Save me for more damn knocking. Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Arthur Conan Doyle away. Good night, sir.
Come you give me that shilling?
Like I said, I'm unfortunately only carrying bills.
Oh, see. Doesn't a coin to a beggar eases the conscience? Doesn't a bill? Not so much.
I didn't mean to offend you.
Forget it what you want.
It's about a tenant in this building. Professor Nelson Ward.
Oh yeah, the ghosty guy. Good man. Always gave me a shilling whenever he walks out that door. Not like you.
The landlady mentioned that you were the last person to see Professor Ward. Is that right?
Saw him leave that last night. Ain't seen him come back all day.
Did you talk to him? Did he say where he was headed?
Didn't exchange no words with him. Was half asleep in the alley when I saw him leave. Some bloke was waiting for him.
Interesting. Can you describe this bloke for me?
Didn't get a good look at his face. It was dark and I was more asleep than awake. But I noticed he was missing an arm.
The one-armed man.
Not that I'm sure, not much I'm sure of.
Left arm or right arm? It's
Let me
important.
think. Oh, saw him from the front, so it must have been the, yeah, the left one.
Are you sure about that?
Most certainly, sir. Oh, also remember he came up to me and said something like, what was it? Oh, yeah. You ain't seen nothing, you understood.
So, he threatened you.
Not exactly.
What do you mean?
His tone wasn't aggressive at all.
So he suggested that you don't say anything about what you saw that night.
Yeah, could be.
Not all threats are overly hostile. As far as I'm concerned, that sounds like a threat through and through.
You reckon?
I am a writer. If a villain threatened my protagonist, they'd likely use those exact words. Did he seem uneasy or scared?
Who?
The professor!
Ah, nah. Seemed pleased with Punch, but that bloke was with him. Actually, I'd say he was expecting him.
Do you think they knew each other?
No, sir.
Do you remember anything from last night?
Nah, nothing else. Just what I told you. One-armed man was waiting for the professor.
And he advised you to not talk about what you saw, correct?
Exactly.
You've been a great help.
Happy to help. Scott. Oh. What's it called? We're at the 2 hour mark. Do you want to keep going or? you got other things for the day?
Up to you. Up to you, fam.
Let's keep
I'll
going for a
probably
little
have
bit.
to get going in like 20 minutes.
Well, if it's only because this might take a little bit longer than that, so
Okay.
we'll save up here.
Sergeant Collins.
What do you want, Wilkins?
Sir Arthur, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. The same officer.
You want to see something, Wilkins?
What?
You'll be surprised. Oi, Mallory! Come over here.
Yes, Sergeant.
Judging by Mallory's appearance, can you tell me where he's from, Sir Arthur?
Oh dear. Let's see. Those typical features, I'd swear he's from the Sheffield area. However, the prominent forehead places him further south. A place where the Sheffield accent differs because of those pronounced S's. Eckington, right? Good heavens! It's truly Sherlock Holmes! How'd you know? Easy. We usually bump into each other at the barber's. Claire loves the barber. Anyway, how's the family, Mallory? They're doing all well now. Sam's got a job as a porter at King's Cross, and little Ralph refuses to continue studying. Thanks for asking, Sir Arthur. I don't know why I partake in this joke every time they have a new officer.
It's just as funny as the first time, don't you think? You can go, Wilkins. By the way, you're lucky the chief is in his office. He wouldn't be too pleased to see you here. Anyway, what brings you here on this miserable night?
I'm looking for a missing person.
Who are we talking about?
Professor Nelson Ward, in his 60s, grey-haired with a height of...
Nelson Ward. Mallory!
Yeah.
Help me jog my memory, or correct me if I'm wrong. Remember the former chief forensic officer? His name was Ward, right?
Ward. Nelson Ward. You are correct. He left the force to go into teaching. He's a good man. Bit eccentric, but very professional.
Thanks, Mallory. So, our former chief forensic officer has disappeared. We're not aware of that. No one's reported his disappearance.
It hasn't been reported, no. But his closest associates claim there's something strange about this whole affair. Professor Ward wouldn't vanish without a trace if there wasn't a compelling reason.
Don't you worry. Nelson Ward is one of ours, as far as I'm concerned, he still is.
Oh, I've been carefully booped.
Mallory!
Yes.
Issue a search warrant for Professor Nelson Ward. Mobilise a few officers to take care of it.
Now?
Now, high priority.
All our units are busy at the moment. Jones is with Orton, Meads and Salisbury at the docks. Freddie and Runkle are on the trail of Lewis Adams.
Kerr says, you may be dismissed. I'm very sorry, Sir Arthur, but the search for the Professor will have to wait till tomorrow.
No problem, Sergeant. Although I must inform you that I'm conducting my own investigation into the matter, for it is I, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the writer.
I won't be the one to stand in your way. We could use a mind like yours. But be careful, I don't want the chief finding out, okay?
Why is the chief angry?
Because of your Sir Sherlock Holmes stories. He thinks Lestrade is becoming increasingly useless, and that reflects poorly on Scotland Yard.
He shouldn't be upset about that. It's pure fiction. Lestrade is not incompetent. He's just a device I use to make Holmes appear more brilliant.
That's not how he sees it. He thinks you do it on purpose and doesn't want you consulting on police archives again and for your stories.
I'm fed up with Sherlock Holmes. He brings me nothing but trouble. Well, I should be off now.
Come back whenever you want. But not today. Not today, Satan. End of stream 5. How far will it go? Do we have just one more on us, or is it another 2?
Can we make the 10?
10 hours? I think we've made the 10 hours.
10 streams.
Oh, 10 streams, yeah. Not so certain about that. How many locked achievements are there? Excuse me, game. I did not scroll down. I scrolled up. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 achievements left.
Ooh.
But we have been unlocking quite a few, so... yes, we shall see. Anyway, I will just have a quick peek to see if there's anyone streaming that we know right now. Otherwise, we shall depart. Dave's got to go to the cops.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, Cressup is streaming. So yes, we will raid the Cressup. What was I going to say? Yeah, not sure when we're streaming next. I will probably be streaming throughout the week, depending on whatever happens tomorrow with hopefully getting my job confirmed.
Nice.
And
Fingers crossed.
hopefully Dave we'll get Dave this following weekend, and maybe we can continue this then. Yes.
We should be sweet.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, we have to wait a couple of seconds before I can hit right now.
Oh,
Bye-bye,
okay.
everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye.